So we partnered with Opening Doors, which is a local resettlement agency in the Sacramento area. We have, since October, we have worked with 3 families. First was a family from Iraq, which arrived on Halloween night. And then 2 families from Afghanistan. We were averaging about 2.5 months between each family. And we get together groups of volunteers and we sort of walk with these families as they're readjusting to life in the United States. We do everything from setting up the apartment, buying their furniture. Opening Doors helps find the apartment. We get the keys from Opening Doors, we set up the apartment, furnish it, meet them at the airport, take them to the apartment, and then over the busiest period is probably the first 3 to 4 weeks, where there are a lot of medical appointments, getting kids enrolled in school, taking people to the Department of Human Services, doing various different work with them to sort of help them get established, and also just spending time with them, inviting them over for dinner, or going to the park with them, riding the bus for the first time, doing those sorts of things. We have done other things as a community where we get together gifts of diapers for moms in need, or feed homeless people in the wintertime, and those sorts of things. And those are important work, but there's something really transformative in the experience that a volunteer has, where they really are walking with somebody in this very difficult period. You are both witnessing the change of that person as they establish themselves in the United States, but the volunteers are also changed as well through that experience, through really building a personal connection, which has been amazing to see that happen.
We have a circuit, it's Circuit 2 in the El Camino Real district, and we're involved together in sponsoring refugee families. This came out of the huge global need 2 years ago, 2015, when we were all seeing on TV these pictures that were just tugging on our hearts of people in rafts with no place to land. And so I went to my church council and said, I think we need to do something. Would you work with me? Can we sponsor a refugee family, maybe from Syria? We thought maybe Syria. Turned out that the Syrians were not ready to come yet, or that the United States was not ready to accept them yet. And we needed to form a committee, a task force. So we tried to do that and needed a chairperson, a lay chairperson. So we went to the circuit. So we expanded from the local church to the circuit level, where we have 5 churches together. And it's Danville, Castro Valley, San Ramon, Livermore, and Pleasanton churches. And so the pastors were all enthusiastic, and we started gathering lay people interested and started raising some funds. And we matched up with Catholic Charities, which is one of 3 resettlement agencies that works in the East Bay. And we went to a workshop that they were leading, and it was great. So we decided to go with them and make ourselves available to receive a family. We have to raise money. Catholic Charities says $8,000 to $10,000 is minimal to help a family. And basically the Refugee Resettlement Agency, Catholic Charities, does the official part, and we do the unofficial part, the welcome part, and the support part, and the adjustment to American life part. So we've recruited volunteers in our congregations, the 5 churches, to be tutors of English language training, and people helping to find housing, which was a huge, difficult need, and to find furnishings and to help re-landscape the yard. We got a little house in Antioch for the family from Afghanistan that we're now working with. First we had a family from Yemen with a mother and 2 children, and now a year later we raised some more money and decided we still wanted to work on this, and we have a family from Afghanistan with 5 boys. 3rd grade and down. Almost every day somebody goes from either Danville or Livermore or Pleasanton to Antioch. They're living there because they have a U.S. contact there. And that's how resettlement agencies do. They bring the people who have U.S. contacts first. And so because this family knew someone already settled in Antioch, they applied to come here, and Catholic Charities accepted them. And they landed here, which is very expensive to live in the San Francisco Bay Area. And we couldn't afford to put them up in Pleasanton or Danville, but we did find a house for $1,800 a month, a little house where they live in Antioch, and they're happy there. They can't afford the rent yet. They don't make enough money yet, so we're supporting them. We all come from families of immigrants, and I know my family came from Scotland and England and Portugal, and they came because they needed economic opportunity. They couldn't continue to live where they were, and so here I am several generations later, so able to benefit from this culture, and I want to extend that to other people. If people catch the vision that this is what brings meaning to life, this is how we put our faith into action, and we don't just pray, on Sunday, but we do something that expands our world and our awareness. I think that pulls people into the passion of the work.